So morning everybody, today is the 22nd of January 2018 and I am just getting ready to prepare the evening meal. Today I am using Tana Ramsey's Family Kitchen and I've chosen to do lamb with apricots, ginger and cinnamon. I am going to vary it because she cooks it in the oven and she does different bits with it, plus I've also got different ingredients as well. So as always, I'm going to use my slow cooker and get started. So I don't know how it's going to turn out. And I also looked at the ingredients and thought, oh, it says dates. I've got dates, that'll do. I've just looked at it now and it says prunes. So I must admit I'm not a fan of either dates or prunes, so we'll wait and see. So the last time I did some cooking was Thursday, and the family loved the stew that I did. I did the winter vegetable casserole and they loved it, and I took it into work with me and they loved the smell of it, so that went down really well. And I think I felt so full on Friday that when I came home after work, I was on a late, so I got home at about, I don't know, about 7 o'clock-ish. And all I fancied eating was cheese and biscuits. So at the moment I'm just doing the garlic and the ginger. I like garlic and ginger. I think this, no, it does say, I'm not really following the recipe with either quantity or or I'm varying it a bit, because although I've been out shopping, I still haven't got what it says. So because I got it into my head that that's what it said and it wasn't what it said, so I can't read. So we'll see. So it's probably going to taste very differently anyway, because I'm not cooking it how she says. Plus I've got mince. I like using mince. And I just think it's easier. You don't have to touch it then, do you? I did look at just buying some diced lamb, but it was a bit more expensive, so mince is okay. Whew. So although I worked an early on the Saturday, it seems to take me all weekend to sort of like get over it. You know, you sort of like think, oh, you know, I can do an early, so I usually do a late. However, I come home feeling absolutely exhausted. Plus, I'd done a late the night before, so and that was quite a busy time at work. So I was shattered. Then I came home. I was going to do some yoga, but I didn't. We all got in the hot tub, which was nice. It's nice family time, isn't it? And the sun was out, so that was really. It's nice being outdoors. But I came in and then fell asleep. So I think the recipe does say to grate the ginger, but I'm just chopping it up like this with the garlic. It does say garlic, doesn't it? Yeah. I've also got in my mind, you know, I'm going to cook some soup as well, and I'll show you that later. So yesterday I didn't get up at all. Well, I did. I didn't make it to church. The rest of the family went off and did what they normally do on a Sunday morning, and I did get up and do some yoga, but I felt absolutely worn out. When I feel worn out, I feel as if I've got bugs like the flu. You know, I ache all over. I feel as if I've got a cold and a cough. And yeah, I just ache. I just ached all over, all in my muscles. But fortunately, after I just rested. I did do some yoga, although I felt as if I just collapsed in it. And that was the weekend. The family were out for most of the day, and they did come home though in the afternoon, and I had some soup. I finished off the carrot soup that I'd made, and yeah, and we got in the hot tub again. We're enjoying the hot tub. I think it's helping us to sleep. I feel, well, combined with the yoga, I feel as if I'm sleeping a lot better. I think before I was only averaging about 4 or 5 hours of sleep at night, and I would get up in the night and I'd go to the loo and I'd be awake for hours and hours and hours, and then eventually I would fall back off to sleep, which would be the time that I'd need to wake up. And it's just a vicious circle, isn't it? Because yeah, sleep is important. If you don't get your sleep, then you don't feel like you can function the next day, and then you sleep during the day, and then of course then that means that you don't sleep at night, and yeah, it all just becomes a vicious circle. So I think it is helping me, although I am getting quite vivid dreams. I can't remember now what I dreamt last night. I remembered it at the time when I woke up, but now I've forgotten. I usually dream about work, which is nice. But it wasn't about work. Or sometimes I dream about the house that I was brought up in, which maybe is a bit bizarre, I don't know. I just hope it's a happy house. The people who live in it now have lived there for nearly 4 years. So I hope it's a happy house. I hope that they're there for as long as my parents were there for. My parents were there for 32 years, and we were the first people in it, and we got married there. So it's a big thing. My parents bought this place. This is my parents' house, although it's not now, is it? Because they're now dead. So that's why we're living here. This is the house that they bought to downsize, but it's big enough for us. And I think, yeah, it is helping. So I'm getting about 6 hours of sleep at night, so I do feel better for it. And even if I do wake up in the night and go to the loo, then I fall back asleep again. I'm not awake for hours and hours. You know, I wake up at 2:30 and then sort of like go back off to sleep at about 5, and then wake up, and I actually feel more exhausted when I wake up the second time than when I woke up the first time. So, you know, and then you hear the kids fighting and arguing, and you really don't want to get up. But now I feel as if I can face it a bit better. It's all about trying to have that, well, I suppose it's trying to have that motivation, isn't it? Is to do it. And although you probably don't see the goal at the time, it does get a bit better, and it does get a bit easier. It's still hard, it's still very difficult, but it takes a lot of effort. And I suppose you can only do it when you feel ready yourself to do it. You know, because no one else can do it for you. They can support you, but no one else can do it. And no, you know, I can't function if I get dragged out of bed. Whoops, lost a bit of onion. So I think at this time, I'm just going to add in all the herbs and spices. So I think the ingredients do say half a red chilli, but I wasn't brave, so I've got chilli powder. So I put a dash of that in. Oh, 2 tablespoons of cumin. That's quite a lot, really, isn't it? Oh, a good sprinkle then. Oh, that's getting it down, isn't it? What have I got there? Coriander. There we go. And cinnamon. Oh, we love cinnamon, don't we? We've said it before that it makes us feel like Christmas. And also, this recipe is actually spring onions, but I haven't got any spring onions. So, and I thought, well, I've got onions, so we might as well just use them. And it's vine tomatoes, and I don't think it's all cooked in one pot. So, I'm cheating. I really am varying it, but sometimes how it's cooked puts you off because you think, oh, I can't be bothered to cook all that in the oven. And of course, if you cook it in the oven, if you're cooking it in the oven, then that means you've probably got to cook it there and then. What do I want? So we'll see how this works out. I'm just getting a pint of water, or 600 mils, whichever one I can see first. And I can't see either because it's all got that horrible yucky stuff that gravy does. So I'm just going to make it up. And I think it's chicken stock, but I've got vegetable stock. So, oh, and I'm also going to sprinkle in some thyme as well. It is, oh, we haven't used the thyme. Right, let's just break this out while this is still boiling. I might just use one. We'll let that settle. Whew! Something's caught my We'll let the onions cook a little bit more. But I am starting to feel a bit healthier doing the yoga. Oh, something's hit my eyes. My eyes are smarting. Right, so, good sprinkle of thyme. It is thyme, isn't it? Thyme. Oh, and coriander. I haven't got any coriander. We did have herbs outside, but I think the parsley's taken over, and then we just can't work out which is what. So. coated it too too far in advance. See what I am doing? So I'm probably just going to add the meat in. It all goes lumpy. Oh, this just all feels a bit like too much hard work to do. I don't know why. Maybe I'm making it stick together, maybe I'm bashing it too hard. Maybe I should just leave it and let it get some colour on it. Right. I don't think there's really much else to actually chop up though. I'm just measuring out the flaked almonds while that's cooking. yesterday felt like hard work. I mean, yeah, you do need a day of rest, and especially when you work Saturday, you know, you sort of like got up every day during the week. And I've done yoga, and I've cooked, which I know might not sound a lot to people, but it feels a lot to me. And I'm doing it, and you do need a day of rest, and you shouldn't feel guilty about it. But because I've worked Saturday, I only feel as if I get sort of like one day of rest with my family, and you want to enjoy it, you want to make the most of it, because before you know it, the week starts again. And I've always found that really hard to come to terms with, I suppose, but it's the nature of the job that I do, and although it's hard work, I think I must enjoy it. I don't know. Anyway, so that's that. And I do only work 2 days a week. It's not. It is hard. Right, well that seems to be cooking up quite nicely now, and we don't have any lumps in it. I don't know if you can see it. It is getting quite hot and steamy and warm, and it smells good. So what I'm going to do next, it doesn't say anything about the apricots. Now these are my pretend prunes, which are dates. I can't think what prunes and dates are, but I'm going to cut the dates up in half, because I'm not a fan of dates, I must admit. But I'm willing to see what it's like in a stew like this. So I'm just going to cut them in half, because I think that's the problem, isn't it? We get very set in our ways of what we cook. We eat the same thing over and over again. And yes, I'm probably eating a lot of onion and garlic and ginger and meat, because that seems to be all I'm eating at the moment, but it's all good food. So this is where I'm varying it a bit. It does say vine tomatoes, but I'm just using chopped tomatoes. I think it's because you do something a bit different with them. I don't think, although this says slow cooked lamb, it's not a slow cook one pot dish. So I'm doing that. Here it's bubbling away nicely. And then I've got the vegetable stock. We need 2 ounces of vegetable. That's 2 ounces of raisins. 50 grams. 50 grams in here. So in this one I have got raisins and almonds. Sounds more like I'm going to make a cake, doesn't it? And she suggested, oh, I've already got that out there, 300 grams of couscous. Let's just see what I've got. A little bit more than that. Well, that should be 250, but it isn't. Right, so she said 300 grams of couscous, which you probably cook later with it, but I am just going to put it all in together. And I was just going to do a cupful, because I'm sure when I've cooked it before, I've done like a cup of couscous, and then you just add 2 cups of hot water to it, and it's done. But that's not even 150 grams. Now, I'm just going to check and see what that says, because that looks good, doesn't it? Yeah, 300 grams of couscous. I don't think I'm going to get 300 grams in this pot. So if I do 150, and then another 150. So it's an experiment. You're probably thinking, no, you can't cook it like that. But you know, when I bring the children home from school, and they're going to be late today. They're finishing school at 4:30, so they've done football this evening. So when they come home, they're going to be tired and hungry. I'm probably going to be tired and hungry. So the dish is just there all in one, and well, it looks as if it's healthy and nutritious, doesn't it? Give that a good bang, as it were. I'm now going to stop that, and I'm going to put it into slow cook. It's bubbling away quite nicely. Slow cook. Let's just so that's that. Now I know I'm being really bad, aren't I? I'm showing you how it cooks. I'm not showing you what the end result is. But it does look good, and it's very tasty. Myself and my children and my husband has loved everything that I have done, to the point where he usually does the shopping on a Saturday morning. He has done a bit of the shopping, but he's now kind of like left it for me, so it does get me up and out, and I go and buy the ingredients that we need, and I've made an evening meal, and he is enjoying coming home thinking, oh, what she cooked tonight. So there we are, that's it. I am now going to prepare soup for my lunch, so I will see you soon. Take care.